A very good evening to you all, friends. Uh, I'm Sanjeev Singhal, the Central Council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, the largest professional accounting body across the world, and I'm also the chair of the UNCTAD ISAR 39 session. I express my sincere thanks to Business World for giving us an opportunity to present what ICAI has been doing to building trust and enabling sustainability. Friends, as far as this phase 2 of sustainability reporting in India is concerned, and why I say phase 2, because phase 1 was BRR, which did not make much of an impact. The phase 2 started with 2020 with the BRSR reporting being made voluntarily for top 1000 listed companies, and then came 22-23 when it was made mandatory for top 1000 companies. And from this financial year, the key matrices of the business responsibility and sustainability reporting have been made mandatory for top 150 listed companies. And a very path-breaking step has been taken by the capital market regulator by saying that those mutual fund schemes, which are ESG-based schemes, they need to invest at least 65% of their asset under management into those companies which are getting a reasonable assurance audit done of BRSR. Nowhere in the world this kind of a concrete step has been taken. That's been taken by the Security Exchange Board in India. And from 24-25, it's been proposed that the ESG disclosures for the value chain partners will be mandatory, and the assurance will be on a comply and explain basis. And by 26-27, so there is a 4-year glide path starting from this year up to 26-27, the BRSR core, that is the key matrices of this reporting, will be mandatory for top 1000 listed companies, which covers about 95% of the market capitalization. Now, how the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India has contributed. Institute of Chartered Accountant of India was formed in 1949 by an Act of Parliament, and it established its Sustainability Reporting Standard Board in 2020 when BRSR was paid voluntarily. It's working on key pillars of the technical guidance, capacity building, and launching the sustainability awards to encourage the corporates to adopt best practices in this area. First and the foremost has been the implementation of assurance standard. While the whole world has been struggling to come out with an assurance standard for doing the audit of sustainability information, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India has been the first one in the world to come out with an auditing standard on this. And on the basis of it, SEBI could make that assurance mandatory. So this SSA 3000 has already been issued by ICAI, and it's already there in the public domain. And apart from that, we also adapted the ISAR 3410 on the greenhouse gas statement, which was issued in February 2021. When SEBI wanted to make audit of sustainability information mandatory, and why that was required? Because there was a lot of greenwashing was happening. So they looked at the institute and said, can you do a back testing of data? By back testing means pick up top-notch companies and see whether they have a verifiable, auditable sustainability information. Then at that point of time, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India picked up 8 big companies and tested whether the information available with them, the information that they are reporting on ESG is auditable or not. And we found that 95% plus information is auditable. Based on that strength of that back testing, SEBI made this assurance mandatory, which is mandatory from this year. To build capacity in the profession, we are also doing a training program which is of 20 hours for the chartered accountants, and we launch one batch every month. So far 18 batches have been done, and more than 1600 members have successfully cleared this course. To make an impact of the social work that is being done and being aligned with the Sustainable Development Goal, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India partnered with Security Exchange Board of India to set up the Institute of Social Auditors of India. So now we have 2 social stock exchange in India, whereby these social organizations can list themselves on the social stock exchange, the National Stock Exchange and the Mumbai Stock Exchange, and raise capital from there. It's a zero coupon, zero principal funds, which means neither the principal is repayable nor the interest is payable on these bonds. These are called zero coupon, zero principal bonds. Now, this was necessary that a reasonable checks is there. So, the Institute of Social Auditor of India, set up by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, came out with 16 social audit standards. Again, the first one in the world, whereby the impact of that work done by the social enterprise who has raised funds from social stock exchange can be assessed. And these 16 audit standards on social audit standard precisely, they link to the sustainable development goal themes like no hunger, zero poverty, life below water, etc. So these are aligned to that, and again these are the first one in the world. India is the first country in the world to have these social impact assessment standards. To train our members, we are also doing a 5-day training course on social audit. Now, apart from that, for this BRSR, which is Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting, so while the world is still struggling, the ISSB is still struggling to come out with the reporting standard, India already has this BRSR. Now, to help organization map their internal preparedness, we came out with again the world's first ever SRMM, which is Sustainability Reporting Maturity Model Framework, and companies could evaluate themselves and see whether they are in level 1, level 2, level 3 or level 4. Level 1 are the initial stages or the formative stage. Level 2 is a slightly higher threshold of emerging stage. Level 3 is the established one, and level 4 is the one which is leading by examples. We also launched 2 editions of the Sustainability Awards, and the international awards and the national awards. International awards are in the field of climate change and gender equality. And for the international award, the jury is all international, comprising from UNCTAD, UN Metro, World Bank and UNDP, and the national awards jury is from the Indian organizations. So how we see from here that we have built the foundation of the sustainability board and has come out with the assurance standard. We are building the capacity in the profession, and now we are undertaking research on nature and climate disclosure and to come out with integrated statement. See, the fallacy is that today we have the financial statement and the whole world is coming out with the non-financial statements. But this is leading to disclosure overload. So India is working on one set of integrated statement which will combine both financial and non-financial, and we are doing this research with UNDP and intend to present this in COP28. Institute of Chartered Accountant of India is also the principal partner with CII for G20, for B20. And as I said, we are doing projects with UNDP and hold the chair for UNCTAD. And we are participating in the World Investment Forum and hope to participate in the World Economic Forum also. And ICAI has committed itself to be carbon neutral from this year. And when ICAI turns 100 years in 2049, we intend to be net zero ahead of India target of 2070. So this is how, India has been making its contributing its bit in the ESG journey of India and the ESG journey of world. While the Honorable Minister just said that India is leading the way, ICAI is acting as a backbone for all these changes, building capacity in the profession and ensuring trust in the sustainability reporting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thanks for your attention. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take up. These are for social organizations only who raise capital from social stock exchange, and the enterprise who do the CSR work. For them also, because any project worth more than 1 crore rupees spent, a social impact assessment needs to be done. So these standards are for evaluating those work. So the BRSR, the answer lies there. The BRSR assurance will be mandatory from this year, and these 2 elements are a part of BRSR. So in the financial statement audits, a financial audit which is done. Non-financial because it is not required as of now. As and when it will be required, we'll do it. No, it is made mandatory from this year, that is 23-24. It's mandatory for reporting from last year, 22-23, and from 23-24, audit of BRSR core for 150 top companies is mandatory. Thank you very much. Thank you.